night, so.
Yo, welcome to Saturday Night Live. No, it's Friday Night Madness. I've been watching way too much Saturday Night with Jim Carrey, so yeah, forgive me for getting that wrong. But we got a little guest here. Look, fuck that. No, we don't. He's not a guest. He.
It ain't no little guest, man. That's family right there.
Who that be? Who you
be? Tupac. That's what I am.
I'm Tupac. You Tupac. I'm Tupac. We Tupac.
Nah, you know who it is, man. LT in the building, people. Y'all know what time it is. When I'm on the show, it's always a good Friday.
You see, this boy got a little bit of confidence. Just a little bit of confidence.
Hey, man, when you got you a fresh for the day, man, shoot. You know once you get a haircut, we start running the hands for no reason.
Exactly.
Yo, everything started coming out, boy. You start getting the game you never thought you had, boy.
Hey, listen, gas $3 a gallon, you just be riding out just because you just want to be seen.
Well, don't let that get chill. Be them days when that gas used to be $1.49, boy. I'm like, boy.
Oh, Jesus, boy, you put $10 in the tank and ride it all the way out.
Exactly. Man.
But what up, people? KStylzz, you want to get in this introduction? Salute the people who are here.
Well, like I said, it's your boy Man KStylzz, aka the Fat Man of AFN. Like you said, y'all see, like I said, we got our family today over here representing Live Sports LT. And
What's happening?
And you already know, you got the man over there. You got the mad scientist. He quote himself the great one. Man, Mike, sports. What's going on?
That's exactly what the Rock do. That's what the Rock does. 1, 2, 3. Put your right your pen in.
Be looking like 5 time. But
not 5 time.
But you know how we gotta do, man. We gotta hit it for what I call it, Mike, the real nigga roll call. I'm still not trying not to say the nigga part, but it's getting kind of tough to do that. Cause we so used to doing it.
Hey, it's a part of the process. How about that?
It's part of the process. I'm gonna get it better, y'all. But like I said, we got Joseph Thornton in the building, man. We got Cartier Walker. We got Atlanta Nation, Norman Fitzgerald, Isaac Crimes, Bobby Boy Zone 3, Workflow Dre. We got Dino Mike. We got Sean Wiley, Stewie Rock, Brian Peoples, Michael Walker, Jerry Bowie, Raymond Elder. Hey, Asia Green is in the building. Millie Mills, Daniel Robinson, Marwin Johnson. Hey, Noah Tyndale is in here. Prince 1 Vamp, Big Mike 478, Reese 803, South Kakalaki, Tavon Watkins, and Poe DTV. Hey man, we got a good crowd coming in right now. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, that like and share. Oh man, my bad, y'all. I thought my phone was off. I guess it wasn't. But
it happens.
It happens. So what's going on? What's going on, fellas? How we doing on this Friday evening?
Well, first of all, I'll let you know it's bad news for Mike. Started to get a little chilly outside, so it's fat people season now.
If you want you a grizzly bear,
so all y'all fellas that's in the chat. This is for all y'all fellas in the chat that weigh 160 pounds or less. Hey man, summertime over with. It's time to come cuddle. It's time to come cuddle with this teddy bear.
That boy said grizzly bear season now, boy. It's time for
yeah, boy.
185.
Oh man. Hey, look, hey Mike, what you got? What we got for the people today? Go ahead and start it off, man. Malcolm Brooks, appreciate you joining in, man. What you got for the people?
We might have another fat ass coming, so I might be the only slim motherfucker in here today. All right. Man, let's get. Hold up. Who keep bringing up Terence Matthews? All I see is Terence Matthews. What happened to Terence Matthews?
Wait, whoa, what?
I don't see Terence Matthews like 4 times. What's up? What's going on with Terence?
Yeah, what's going on with Terence Matthews? Well,
somebody keep breaking.
All right, man. We worry about that later, man. Let's go ahead, get the thing cracking.
But it really ain't a lot. We just want to really get to the, meat, potatoes, everything, and I know your fat ass will love that shit, Travis. But hey, you know I'm gonna get you, man.
Oh Lord.
Hey man, we about to get into it. Damn, I forgot what the hell I was talking about. Oh, all right.
Crap fat jokes and forgot what the fuck.
It's okay. Everybody want to be me from time to time.
Hey man, we about to get into the I think let's just get into the injuries. AJ Terrell. I kind of want everybody's opinion on AJ Terrell. Whether or not there's going to be a huge disadvantage, but disadvantage of whether or not the Giants. I don't think the Giants have the firepower offensively as far as their receiver is concerned. Like, yeah, they have a tight end, but he's been a little bit inconsistent. But I don't necessarily see the anything to worry about as far as their receivers are concerned. So like I think Isaiah Oliver, Fabian Moreau. I'm not exactly sure. No, I don't think Sheffield will be back, but I think we have enough DBs to kind of maybe they will bring Richie Grant in to kind of be a slot guy if necessary. Avery Williams, another guy you might throw in there. But you guys think that the Falcons have enough? Or is there something to worry about as far as AJ Terrell being out with a concussion?
Oh, hey! Before you do that, I think the person they talking about is Terrence Moore.
I think
that's who they talking about.
Yeah, because
I'm trying to put together we can't do no Terence Matthews slander over here by anything.
No, because I'm actually doing a show for them tomorrow, Friday. I'll be hosting the show for them guys tomorrow on Atlanta Sports.
Well, get your days together. Today Friday. You talking about tomorrow Friday? What we doing here?
I said I'm doing a show for them today Friday. I said tomorrow. What can you hear? I said tomorrow.
Hey, look here, bro. Get back to what the hell we was talking about.
I don't know what the hell we were talking about because this fact
talking about
interrupting me.
Well, first of all, let me say this. I will say this about so you mentioned Richie Grant, but I mean I see what like DP did mention the reason why Richie Grant haven't been getting playing time is due to the fact that his lack of understanding the playbook. So I guess once he start actually understanding it, we'll start seeing him get more playing time. Of course, AJ Terrell being out, that's really a blow to our secondary because I mean, if we all know that he's pretty much our best secondary person, our best DB. But I do feel like that at the end of the day, he can. I mean, I feel like with the coaching staff that we got, they will be prepared for stuff like this versus what we had in our previous regimes where we lost a person. We look like, oh crap, what we're gonna do without so and so this week, or how many weeks with this coaching staff. If we lose a person, they are built to have the next man ready to jump on the screen. I mean, jump on the scene and be able to do their job. So it's gonna be a blow, but I think that DNP's a company will find a way to make sure it won't be exposed as bad.
All right. And if y'all don't see who just popped on the screen, this is your boy from Feline Sports as well. You call on Tyrone, but we do it like this. You can call on Tyrone. Call him.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
What's going on, Tyrone, man? We'll let you go ahead and chime in on what we just talk about as far as the injuries. And, you know, with AJ Terrell being out, Frank Darby.
I want to see. I want to see Frank Darby play, man. We still have yet to see Frank Darby play. Hey, y'all in the comments that's saying my name. We haven't seen Frank Darby play. I want to see his big body. I really want to see his big body on the field with Matt, but we haven't been able to see it. And TJ Green, actually, remember, I know a lot of people were saying TJ Green could have took Sheffield's spot. So, you know, I mean, I just had, yeah. I mean, you just have to see it. I think really and truly, I got to see TJ Green perform. I think IO is going to take AJ's spot. I think IO is going to be I don't think we go put Fabian out there, but I really think I think IO is going to take that spot. I think Fabian is going to stick in that number 2 role, no matter who gets hurt, because I don't see him being the number 1 at all, man. Because he scares me. I mean, even though he's okay, but he still scares me a little bit. So IO showed me enough where I think he'll get that 1. I think you see, like Dean P says, he teaches technique, not position. So you go see some guys moved around. That's what I say. I want to see. That's what I really want to see this Sunday. Plus, it's a hate week in my house. My mom's a Giants fan, so we gotta win.
Beef.
Yeah.
Beef.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sounds very lovely right there.
And she's a Florida fan, so you know I gotta wait till the end of October to get that rivalry out too. So we gotta win this one. This is the first year in a while we've gotten both these games in the same year. So we gotta win both of them.
But yeah,
I forgot about TJ Green. TJ Green, yeah, he may. I expect him to get a lot of playing time.
Mm-hmm.
I like TJ Green. He looked good in preseason. I like him, so I think
he was pretty decent.
Yeah, he was decent. That's why people thought he was going to take Sheffield's spot. So I think we still don't know what's wrong with Sheffield. Really and truly, I still don't know what it is. I don't think we'll find out.
That man probably got circumcised. They keep talking about he probably got circumcised or something, man. Got his left nut removed or something. Because all I hear is just injury. Just like what's wrong with him?
Why?
What else could it be?
Circumcised.
Why we talking? Well, hold on, wait a minute. Why are we talking about circumcision?
What could it be? There ain't nobody. They ain't saying nothing wrong. What could it be?
What's happening here? You talking about circumcisions and stuff? What's going on?
No, bro. No. Hey, we finna go do that right now. We finna stick to the topic, bro. Because this is going way left.
Man,
hey, what's up, Diva? Diva?
But hey, man, but yeah,
Could it be? Can somebody else explain to me? Because I haven't heard anything.
Is it his ankle?
Listen, man. With all the body parts that we have on the human body, you could have said circumcision.
Look, that's the only thing that makes any sense. What else could it be?
You could have said going. At least you could have said going. At least that's on the injury report. He said circumcision.
On
his body, he could have told. He said circumcision.
Look, they would have put that on there if it was groin surgery. If he had a groin surgery, they would have did that, but they didn't do that. So it gotta be a nut problem.
Circumcision, right? They still weren't gonna say it was gonna be no circumcision.
bro. At the end, look. At the end of the day,
like it could something do with it nuts. I mean, it gotta be. What else could it be? They don't put it.
Why is this man generous at the topic of discussion?
Hey, look. At the end of the day, his area is fucked up, and he ain't playing. So,
Hey man,
hey, like I said, hey, y'all, this is Friday Night Madness, so anything can happen.
Next day I know he'll be talking about the man Gooch. I don't want to hear about this man Gooch at all. Like, what we doing here?
He could have had it.
Bro, why are we having a conversation about somebody's nuts?
What are we doing tonight? What is going on? What are we getting into?
Look. We expect TJ Green to have a lot of snaps. I don't think they are really going to risk putting Isaiah Oliver on that outside. Let him keep playing that inside. But I could kind of expect to see more cover 6 concepts with the defense, but I think they're gonna have to be aggressive too. Because
that man's got a toothache, man.
That man AFL got X-rated.
Oh my God.
I'm freaking crying.
I'm about to say, yeah, bro, yeah. We get back to what we talking about, man. We save all that crazy ass shit for later. But yeah,
if AFL got X-rated, you'll see me with my titties out, but we ain't gonna get into that.
Hey,
oh my goodness.
We're not gonna start tonight. We're not gonna start tonight.
Bro, I can't. What's wrong with y'all? Man, whatever the hell y'all. Well, not taking that. No, I don't want none of that. I want regular shit. But for real though, like I said, I expect the Falcons to pull more aggressive cover 6. They got to be aggressive because that's a good beer though. Yeah, they got to be aggressive because, like I said, you get down your best cover corner. And the only way to compensate for that is goddamn attack the quarterback, force him into a bad throw.
We gotta expose Daniel Jones. We have to. This is a game where you gotta make him look bad. And
I mean, from my understanding, I've never seen. I mean, I don't think the Giants' O-line play has been good either.
Their best lineman is Andrew Thomas, and that's what the one from Georgia. He probably their best lineman they got on the team.
Okay.
So, I mean, and when you were on with John, when we were on with Talking Giants, I can't think of the guy's name, but he said it himself. He said that O-line isn't sturdy. So you're gonna have to switch. Their deep, I mean, their trenches is not set. Mind you, like you said, everybody's saying Evan Ingram and Galladay are both listed questionable. So that's 2 of their main weapons. So we'll see. I mean, we have to win this game. Like, I mean,
ain't no excuse.
It's really not. Like we are better than them, and even though we're going into this game as a under, which is weird to me, we're going in as the +3, and they're going in as the 3. I think we win. I think everybody's been picking us to win this week. I think everybody knows this should be the game we come back and show out. I think this is a show out game tomorrow on Sunday.
I mean, we're the under because, like I tell you about it, is people look at the final scores of the games instead of the actual games. Like when you look at last week, if it wasn't for Destin Lawrence jumping offside, they beat Washington. And without the freaky stuff that happened to us last week, we could easily took out Tampa, but. Like by us looking the way we looked or whatever the case may, or the scoreboards look the way it looked. Oh, well, the Giants got the leg up and they playing at home. So I could understand why people got us being the underdogs, but I could definitely see us winning in New York. Like, that's not hard. That's not hard at all.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, when you talk about the Falcons, one thing that they do have the advantage in this game is up front. They don't have anybody inside that can guard Grady Jarrett, and we got enough athleticism on the outside with our linebackers to be able to keep Daniel Jones in the pocket and contain. Like he's not he can break one, but even though you see him break one, I mean the man tripped up over I don't know who the hell he tripped over imaginary. I don't know who the hell he tripped over. I just say
the same thing that tripped up Eric Douglas in that playoff game. Oh, let me go on mute.
You know what I'm saying? So he ain't the fleet as a foot. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not really worried about him being able to like get away like a Russell Wilson, like a Jalen Hurts, those guys. I mean, we saw Grady Jarrett hawk down Jalen Hurts on the sideline. And we know, like I said, I'm not worried about the front seven. What I'm worried about most in this game is I'll just say it. The running game. Because if you contain Saquon Barkley, the game is over anyway. I don't think they have enough weapons to be able to come. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
no one said Daniel Jones tripped over Manti Te'o's girlfriend.
That's why I'm laughing, and that's funny. That is funny. That is funny.
Oh boy.
My Manti, bro, that's a depressing story. I love how we just crack jokes about it though.
Yeah, that's another topic for another damn stream. Right,
you got that right.
Hey, I just realized, you know how time goes by? That was about 10 years ago. Like, good God.
Yeah, he's been in the league and out of the league since that. Like,
right.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, boy. But yeah, go ahead, continue. I just wanted to highlight that because that thing had me. People talk about he did not just say that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Hell no. But what you,
outside of AJ Terrell, like you guys see any matchups that like you would like you're gonna be focused on or like you worried about? That's a good one that we focus on. Yeah, focus. That's the go on the focus one we focus on.
Like what you mean for saying like
whether it's offense or defense, the one that you like you're focus on is gonna get us the win. Or if we don't play well, you know, it could be a loss. Like that's.
Well, I don't know how New York defense is in the run game. I would like for us to establish a little more of a run game this week than we did last week. Which I understand why last week we really couldn't. Like we got a couple decent plays here and there, but like I would definitely like to see a little more out of our rushing attack. Definitely keep doing what they're doing with Cordell, as in having him as a check down option. Cause that, like I said, that man is very explosive. I remember we were doing the show Wednesday on Feeler. I think the guy said, hey, linebacker core really wasn't up to par. So I would definitely like to see how we could utilize like either Kyle Pitts or Hayden Hurst in the passing game where they could be able to, we could exploit that we could exploit the seams, and that might eventually lead to, bigger plays for like Calvin Ridley, TJ Sharp, and those guys. Offensively, anyway. Mm-hmm. Defensively, I just want to see them just do good collectively.
Yeah. I want to see my main matchup. I want to see Thomas versus Dante. I want to see Dante literally. I want to see him explode this game. That boy's in his second year. You've been in the league for a while. I need you to if they're gonna put him on the left and you're playing left or right, their O-line isn't supposed to hold you. You got Grady Jarrett. It's gonna be beside you all game, or Marlon Davidson. Really and truly, either of these two guys that you're gonna have on the inside beside you, you gotta take advantage of it. Because they're gonna double. They're gonna leave you on an island with those two big guys. So you get left on an island with Dante Fowler. We saw what he did with Brady when he got around and he ended up getting a strip sack. Like, bro, he can do that on every game and on every game level. And this is a game where he might get a couple of sacks. And I wouldn't be surprised if Grady got a couple of sacks. And then like you said, the secondary, man, like the not the secondary, but our receiving cores, and I think Hayden Hurst, and if you play fantasy, Hayden Hurst and Kyle Pitts need to start. Because you got Azeez Olajari going to have to guard some of these guys. Like it's not going to be good for them. And their secondary, they got Jabril Peppers at safety, and y'all remember what happened to him. So you gotta, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta. If you got Falcons receivers on your team, except Russell Gage and Frank Darby, go ahead and start them this week because I think I think Matt's gonna have a big game.
Matchup I'm looking for. Matt Hennessy. Bruh. We saw Jalen Mayfield take a step up last week. These next two games, you got a tall task on you, bro. Like I said, we got to protect the middle of that offense. It's just as simple as that, man. Because like I said, if we can't run the ball up the middle, the center is the main key component of that. So Matt Hennessy gonna have to play better, and Cam Neasy, you better punt better this week because your ass is on the line.
Yeah,
they got a Dustin Colquitt backing your ass up. So you better kick well.
Oh boy, they got the pink slip. They got the pink slip waiting for you at MetLife. They gonna tell you to Uber back to Georgia Tech.
Bro, they got the pink jersey waiting on him, boy. Like, bro, they ain't got no pink slip for him. Nah, but for real though,
it ain't for breast cancer either.
Exactly. But for real though, like I said, Matt Hennessy and Jalen Mayfield against that defensive line, that's gonna be key. We gotta establish that running game, bro. Got to.
Well, I think this is probably the prime matchup for me. I'm not worried about Calvin Ridley and Matt Ryan. Like they're gonna get there. They're gonna get there. But what I'm most focused on is Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts again, because I see Kyle Pitts lining up everywhere possible to take advantage of that secondary for the Giants. Jabril Peppers he's just not a very good safety. Let's just be real. He's there because he's super athletic. That's pretty much it. He's athletic. If he gets his hand on the ball, he can make some things happen. But outside of that, he's probably the best safety they got. And that's saying a lot. I really believe that he's finally starting to put and understand where he's going to use Kyle Pitts, because I made the statement earlier that the Falcons, that their receivers just wasn't getting open. And Russell Gage, even before, I don't know if he hurt his ankle in the first game. I'm not sure, but I wasn't happy with what I saw. And he made an adjustment by putting Kyle Pitts on the outside. He was using him in the slot, but he was using him everywhere. He just kept putting on the outside. So I believe Kyle Pitts is going to have a crazy game this week. I really believe we're going to really start to see what this kid can do putting him up. So they're going to have to put Jabril Peppers. They're going to have to put whoever on him. And I just don't trust any of their corners to be real.
So I got a question so do you think this will be the type of game where you will most likely see Kyle Pitts play a lot of snaps outside more so than being balanced? Because you don't have that right now you don't have that second receiver that can get those tough yardage.
I could see that. I can see that because I mean we don't have Russell Gage this week,
Right.
and by us not having Gage, like I mean you saw that last week, like how Arthur Smith switched up the game plan. That the first half, like Kyle Pitts was playing like a lot of tight end, and then the second half you started seeing him getting lined up in the slot, outside, tight end. He was pretty much all over the line. So like I could definitely see him playing a lot of outside. I mean, plus like I mean overall, just like sometimes you got to just like play backyard football. Like just look at him and say, my dude, just bigger, stronger, faster, just overall better than what y'all got over there. So like you have to do stuff like that. So I could definitely see him. I definitely see him playing a lot of snaps on the outside. I definitely see also. I see like TJ Sharp getting a lot of looks, along with Olumide Zaccheaus. I think those guys get a lot of looks this week.
Okay. What you got on that, Mike?
I forgot the question. I'm up here looking at the.
That what happen when you start getting old.
Okay.
No,
Okay. You okay? So the question basically is, with Russell Gage being out,
yeah.
Repeat it again. Dementia kicking in.
Okay. No, so do you think Kyle Pitts will have more look playing the outside receiver more so than inside?
You did it too.
No, I still think he's going to be moved all over the place because, like, you got to remember that, like, Zaccheaus still is a deep threat. You put him in the slot, he's going to attack that safety. Like, the safety has to respect the fact that he's in the middle of the field. And with his speed, he can take it to the house at any given time, and he can get on the safety a lot quicker than a Kyle Pitts because the acceleration is a lot, faster with Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is a long guy, and when he gets up to speed, he can take off. But Zaccheaus got that. His acceleration is a lot faster. We saw that last year. He got up to speed, and he went past the damn safety, and Matt Ryan threw a damn dime when everybody said his arm was dead. He threw a goddamn dime straight up in the air with pressure, right on point. So Zaccheaus is the guy you have to worry about in the slot. So I really believe we're going to see a lot of Pitts on both sides. One thing that I did notice also is that not Russell Gage, but Calvin Ridley, he was lined up in the slot a few times during the game also, and he was attacking the safety. And they used Kyle Pitts on the outside and Calvin Ridley to attack the safety, and that's how they kind of took advantage of Kyle Pitts in the middle of the field. So you could very well see boy Hayden Hurst really get involved in this game. Like I could really see him taking off because, like I said, Giants don't have a lot of linebackers that can match up with our tight ends. And that right there, we all know Matt Ryan is very good at finding even the slowest tight end. He loves tight ends.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God. This is a question for y'all.
Gordon is worth
Go
the on a medium vet. Yeah, even if you get him, you ain't gonna see him until maybe about 2 weeks from now. He got to give. Like, remember, Josh Gordon just came from the fan-controlled football league with Johnny Manziel. You got to remember that. I don't think anybody know what that is.
That sounds like a PlayStation. That sounds like a damn.
Nope. The fan-controlled football league is basically arena football, but the fans pick the plays for the players to run.
What?
He did this. Yeah, he told me a clip of it. He did.
There's an app that you can download and you can pick the plays for the coaches to give to the players to do on the field based on the team that you got.
Thank God they don't cry for the NFL because good God. Ooh, Jesus, but we're gonna have a scrambling quarterback just running for his life every game. Run this play. Just run. We just all we want to see you. We're gonna run a naked bootleg. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, but for real, like I said, that like you said, he's been out the NFL for a while. So even if that is a veteran minimum, you still taking a chance because he hasn't been in the game in about.
I never known that like a person can make weed look like crack cocaine either. But yeah.
Hey, that's Johnny Manziel right there. Hey, that's all Johnny Manziel. They were roommates for a They was a roommate. So yeah, they were roommates. So that Josh Gordon didn't stand a chance.
Wow.
I'm just saying I never known a person that could make weed look like crack cocaine because like you getting paid millions of dollars to play in the NFL and somehow you can't stay off the weed. But here we are.
What the hell are you talking about, Dre? Y'all been talking about potato salad with raisins in it. What the hell?
I think he talking about the fan control football league. I think that's what he's referencing that too.
Jesus. Hold on, who put raisins? Hold on, wait. Who put raisins in potato salad?
You know who do that. You know who do that.
Oh no!
I ain't saying nothing else.
I'm letting that one go.
Yeah, let that go.
Yeah, I'm letting that go.
But Josh Gordon, like I said, he's been out the game a while. And no, what I was gonna say, yes, he was roommates with Johnny Manziel. That's how he was getting in trouble, hanging out with him.
I mean, he didn't how crack cocaine off just the contact of the crack cocaine. That's what that was.
Exactly.
That contact, man. That's all you needed, just the contact. That's all. Just the contact.
Right.
And let's be honest, is Atlanta ready the city for him to come to though? With all the extracurricular activities that this city has?
Hell no.
Really?
No.
Like he might feel good want to go out clubbing. You might want to hit Magic City on Monday after we get a win, and you know he might get a whiff of some of a fragrance in the air. Next thing you know, he back suspended again.
Right.
All he needs is that contact, boy. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That contact can fuck you up, boy.
Oh, boy. Okay, so we got Utah.
Eyes go like this. Your eyes start off real little. You go like this. Just all on contact, boy.
Exactly. Eyes start turning. You know, if you hit too much contact, you go cross-eyed like this.
Boy,
what the hell you
now we don't went from paying him a veteran minimum till you find him. You went from paying this man a veteran minimum till you find him at the end of Martin Luther King doing this. Listen, man, let me hold something, man. Let me hold something. Man.
Y'all leave him alone, man. He trying to do better.
He don't need to be here in Atlanta, boy.
This now he
right there with.
No, it got Lou Williams fucked up. It got him sent home in Atlanta. It got him sent home from LA. He don't need that. No, he don't need no parts of here. It's the wrong place for you, boy.
Exactly. He went from Lou Williams to Two Women Lou, and now he Lemon Pepper Lou. Like
Lemon Pepper Lou.
That boy Lou Williams got his own section at Magic City. He got his own menu item. So yeah, that's
boy, that boy got his own menu. Lemon Pepper Lou. I like what dang. I ain't gonna lie though, the wings of the strip clubs be good, but we ain't gonna get into that.
That's a whole other subject, bro.
Another subject.
But yeah, like I said, like I said, Josh Gordon. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna really want to be taking that chance. Like I said, I know he ain't the only receiver out there. Like I said, you could have came up with Golden Tate or something like that. Somebody that's been in the game for that hasn't missed a beat.
That's fine, T.O. Okay, I'm going to mute.
Hey,
whoa.
hey, Shit, if
No,
T,
no,
look,
I'm good on that.
you talk about you said T.O. Hey, look, y'all remember that episode of South Park where he was on Wheel of Fortune? He said, "Name the people that annoy you," and he gave the letters, and it was NGGER, and you saw the black folk look. That's how what happened if T.O. start.
Oh no, no, sir, man. No, we'll need that.
He'll be sweating. He'll be around here sweating like that Papa John, that former Papa John spokesperson.
But yeah, Jalen Mayfield here said after week 1, somebody give Jalen Mayfield a McDonald's appreciation on Twitter.
Oh my God, man.
God damn it. Okay. I got a question here. Do you think we need to be worried about Saquon Barkley?
I would say yes. I'm not going to look past him. He might be looking sluggish. The last couple of weeks, I know he fresh off an injury. But I definitely want to look past that, man. I mean, he could definitely have a decent game. So I mean, if like I said, if he suits up, you got to pay him some attention. You just can't be like, Saquon ain't ready 100%. He fresh off an injury. Like, no, you got to pay attention to him because, like, when you start doing things like that, like, when we ain't worried about it. Well, a prime example, you start looking past a person and you get what happened to us against the Cleveland Browns in 2018. There you go.
Oh, don't remind me of that game, boy. Desmond
Trufant
missed
massacre, boy.
Desmond Trufant missed that goddamn angle, boy. Nick Chubb went for 96 yards. I said, what the hell was that?
I mean, but then when you hear your player come out and say that, yeah, we look past the Browns this week, like, bro, we play in the NFL. You don't look past nobody. There is a reason why the soul saying called any given Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only reason why I asked that is to because I know a lot of people don't kind of don't talk about Saquon and how his games are, and I've been making the joke all week about, like I said, he could have 23 carries for 120 yards, but one of those carries go for 75 yards. So he ended up with 22 carries for 60-something yards. But like I said, I'm not gonna take. Even what Mike said about the receivers, how they don't really have the receivers like that. I'm not taking them for granted either.
I did watch Sterling Shepard go for 120 against us in 2018, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can't take them for granted. The main thing we really just have to do, we just got to knock Daniel Jones on his ass. We just got to knock him on his ass and confuse him.
Get him out of rhythm.
Exactly. But all right, so you want to do the Q&A portion of it now, or?
Yeah, sir.
Hey, I'm about to say we're gonna do it a little bit different this time with the Q&A part. What I will do is I'm gonna put the link into this stream, and you can Q&A your questions live.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put the stream. Like I said, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. If it decides if it wants to damn pop up, oh, there you go.
Make sure your mama's clothes and your baby's clothes. We don't got to see time for those naked people on live L. All right, so make sure you got that. Make sure ain't no naked people in y'all house. Make sure your daddy ain't smoking crack, all that type of stuff. Make sure he doing good. All right. I'm just warning you. We don't need that type of stuff going on over here.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. If your mama look good, I'm gonna be your stepdaddy. So.
Which basically he means that she's gonna be paying some money.
But I'll make it, so it don't matter.
but yeah, like I said, if y'all got so if y'all got questions, y'all hit the stream, and we could do this live. It don't matter what type of questions you got, whoever you rooting for, whatever. I thought I want to try something a little different this time because I know we used to seeing the people in the chat asking questions. I would rather y'all. I want to see if y'all be willing to ask them live. So.
And please don't run off the show like the guy from last night.
You want to play that clip? You want to play that clip real fast, KStylzz?
Okay. This is okay. So since I gotta be reminded that he did say he was gonna show up tonight, but apparently he didn't. This is what happened.
How convenient.
Well, actually, the two guys that said they was gonna show up on Friday ain't showed up. So
all I'm saying is I'm about to show them that it's an open floodgate in Southern California. But okay.
Okay, we got one in here, but let me go ahead and play the recap just to tell y'all what I'm talking about. And this is there you go.
All right, Raphael Sadiq. Let's see what he got.
Come on, Raphael Sadiq.
Raphael
Sadiq. Let us know.
What's up, fam? What's going on, guys? Hey, I'm a Falcons. I'm a Falcons wannabe fan. I can't say I'm a Falcons fan. I'm a Falcons wannabe fan. My philosophy with all of Atlanta sports, especially the Falcons guys, we all know Georgia. We are the laughing stock in pro sports. None of the fans in Atlanta, especially when it comes to Falcon fans, demand a lot from their organization. Whatever they put on the field, we accept it. And every year we watch the same scary movie year after year. We already know what the ending is, but we force ourselves to go through the pain and agony every year. We know it's not going to be a Super Bowl. We know it's not going to be a playoff. We know that. But, hey, we keep paying our money. Season tickets are going through the roof, guys. I want to be a Falcons fan. I'm from Georgia, but I can't do it, man. I gave up suffering. I'm not going to hold up you guys' show. I thank you for inviting me on. But $30 million for Matt Ryan, guys, that's too much. That's way too much. I'm sorry. You guys have a good night. Be blessed.
Wait before you go. Wait before you go. No. Murdick, you gotta come back, bro.
Coward move. Oh my God. What?
All right. So like I said, if you ask the question, we want to answer the questions or ask questions too. That's the main thing. So we got people back here. Y'all ready? We got a couple in here already. What's it? Sanchez, Rice the Riches. Y'all ready to come on, ask questions?
Sanchez.
Can you hear me?
What's going on, man? Yeah, we good.
Okay, so I just want to ask. I'm a Falcons fan. I was born at Grady. You know, I'm in the Navy. I'm like stationed on the West Coast in Seattle, and I've been watching all the games, and I'm like, I mean, I don't think Calvin really, is ready. Like, he should be balling out every game. What do y'all think? What are y'all thoughts on that?
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Mike, you want to take that one?
I mean, I got blasted for saying this, but I already told people this. I told people this about almost a year ago that I didn't think that Calvin Ridley was a number one. He had to prove to me that he was a number one. And right now he's doing exactly that. Like I said, I'm not saying that he doesn't have the potential to be that, but right now he hasn't setting himself apart to be that number one guy. Without Julio Jones, without a guy that has equal, if not more talent than him. He's not getting open consistently. And Matt Ryan, for the most part, is taking the blame. Not that he can't get it, but it's not just solely him. We still have an offensive play caller in Arthur Smith who's never coached this guy this is his first time. It's the first couple of games. And quite frankly, I don't think that's enough to say that he isn't a number one. But he still has to prove to me that he can be that number one.
Because
I'm
I
not
feel
just
like
giving 100.
I feel like the problem is our depth. Because like we had Julio. Everybody would go to Julio's side, pay him more attention. Calvin would get open. Now they got Calvin really is taking Julio's role, and you got Alameda, Russell Gage, and they're not scary. Like Calvin was scary on the other side. Now we don't have nobody that's scary no more.
I don't necessarily think, because Julio didn't play in 9 games last year, so I don't think he doesn't have the talent. I think it's mostly that
it could have just been situational.
Trying to figure out what he is. I don't think he's trying to figure out how to use Calvin, and I think that's mostly. But for me, I still stand on the fact that he has to prove to me that he can get, that he's worth that $100 million. I'm not paying him $100 million until he shows me, prove to me first and foremost that he can dominate without Julio Jones and dominate without, Matt Ryan having to throw him the ball 20 times a game. You know what I'm saying? He got to be able to make. He missed a lot of passes. He missed a lot of passes, big passes in the first couple of games. He dropped a few that he should have caught. So
I have one more question, guys. My last question is, so how like that last game with the Bucks, Matt Ryan, he was looking, he had an okay game. If you look at the details, but he threw those 3 picks. But how he had like 9 bat downs. I want to know, why was he consistently getting his balls batted down? Is it like his arm? Like he was consistently getting it batted. I get if it's one time. I give you 1 or 2 or 3, not 9.
Okay, I'll take that one. Well, you also have to look at the way that the Falcons were attacking. It wasn't no variety as far as the short, medium, long passing game. As a defensive lineman, you're taught to, if you can't get to the quarterback, you throw your hands up. Especially if it's a quarterback that's throwing a lot of short check downs and stuff. So really the 2 interceptions, as much as we could say, okay, Matt Ryan shouldn't have thrown them balls, those batted balls are actually plays that defense fundamentally make. Now, what we need to look at for this week is we need them to kind of attack more vertically, be more varied as far as distance of throws, because that's how you negate those batted balls. Don't have Matt Ryan dunking the whole second half, and that's what happened. Like I said, there's some throws in that game that he should have made that he didn't complete. But if you look at the whole totality of the game, it wasn't like this dude threw 17 interceptions in the game. So like I said, it was just all in the variety. Like if you got a quarterback that's throwing short all the time, you're gonna throw your hands up. And eventually, man, you're gonna hit a couple of them. And a couple of them just went for interceptions. That was unfortunate.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. I don't want to take up all the time y'all got. Y'all can
we appreciate you, bro.
Okay, we appreciate you, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey, no problem, man. No problem. Hey, right.
And appreciate for serving us too, man.
Hey, yeah, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Definitely appreciate you. And get this $10 super chat. Dwayne Body said, "What up, AFN? We are flying home happy on Sunday. What do y'all think? We ain't got no damn choice, bro. They gotta win."
Yeah, that's a must win right here.
It's a must win right now because you go down 0-3 in the NFC, you got a long hill to climb. We already got a hill to climb now. You got a long hill to climb.
And this is a must win for the culture of the fan base and the culture of the team. Because if you don't win this game, a lot of people are going to be like, okay, it's time to rebuild. And like you're not going to have a choice of the matter to say, all right, we can't rebuild. We're not thinking about rebuild. So you're going to have a lot of questions that you're going to be forced to answer for the next few months if you don't win this game. And like I said, you got to change the culture for this simple fact. And Rich, we about to get Rices for Riches. Rices to Riches. We're going to get you right after that. But you got to win this game, because what you don't want to say to the fans again is like, we can't be going backwards. So one of the things that are in this case parallel, one thing that pretty much failed the Falcons is that we weren't beating teams that we should be beating. And there's no reason why you should be losing to the Giants. I'm sorry. The Giants are just not a very good team. They don't have a very good line. Can they play some solid defense? Of course. But they still have a young quarterback. They have Saquon Barkley there. But outside of that, that offensive line absolutely struggles. So they got to win for that. So let's bring on Rice to Riches.
All right, Rice to Riches. Are you still there? I know.
Yeah,
what's going on, man?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can
yes,
hear
sir.
you.
We get you, man. We get you.
Appreciate it. So let me clear up the answer. I'm just more worried about the flexibility with Kyle Pitts. I seen the athleticism. I seen the way he lines up. He's more organically a wide receiver, the way he positions himself and kind of like makes himself so intimidating against linebackers and corners and stuff. Now that it's almost like Hayden Hurst is playing in his shadows now, and Hayden Hurst can play in the slot and the tight end position, and he can block and pull rather than having Kyle Pitts go through that wear and tear as a tight end. Now, my thing is that if we, or do you think since our wide receiver cannot get open, cannot be physical at the line, do you think he's going to be flex wide and have more Lee as more of a block, and then now have Hayden Hurst play that true tight end position like he was playing with Cutter, and now have that like hybrid Julio Jones on the field? So again, that's the thing is like I'm worried about. It's like, when are we going to deploy that? You know.
LT,
okay,
you want to take that?
I'm trying to. Okay, what I'm trying to figure out is what are you and what player are you referring to? Are you talking about Hayden Hurst?
I'm talking about the tight end position, and then as Kyle Pitts as a intimidated athlete, not just a wide receiver, but if you look at him lining up, he does not match up well against corners, nor he does not match up well against linebackers. So if you have him line up as a hybrid, like a hybrid outside and inside, I think that's a clear picture of intimidation against defensive, any defensive scheme. I don't care if you're playing zone, press. That's too much wear and tear against the opponent to be like, damn, I got to get back on the field and cover this man again. I just don't understand how Arthur Smith is not using his body.
Okay, I got you now. Let me help you out with this. In the NFL, you can't just always say, okay, we got the better guy that's on the field, and we just gonna utilize his athleticism, his talent to get the job done. Because quite frankly, that's not how it's worked. A prime example of that is let's look at the 2007 Patriots. With all that talent on the field that they had, Randy Moss still in his prime, Brady, I can't remember what they run. I don't know if their running back was Corey Dillon still at the time, but you had those guys, Wes Welker, Dante Stallworth, and then on defensively, Junior Seau, Teddy Bruschi, Asante Samuel, Rodney Harrison. The list goes on and on, but that don't necessarily correlate into wins, because you thinking, well, we're going to step on the field, we got the better talent, and that's going to help us get the win. That's not always like that. In the NFL, you actually have to draw up plays in order for people to be successful. And so it means that Kyle Pitts is still a rookie. He has to get that learning curve out the way before you can see him start doing things like that. So he has to learn how to play the game first before he can start just going out there and just utilize his athleticism. He has to learn the game. He has to understand the game before he can really start really flourishing in the game. Like in that aspect. And as far as Hayden Hurst wise, he can still be used as a tight end. Yes, he's very athletic enough to be able to run the slot, but he's more so of a tight end. And what I see us doing with him or what the offense, you have to utilize the fact that, you know, like in instances, you could use a play where you got Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts pretty much cutting out the coverage and leaving Pitts, I mean not Pitts, Hurst in one-on-one matchups.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like have that present. He don't have to initially be deployed and put 110% into that one play. We just need him to be that decoy to where Hayden Hurst, now he's a distraction on the field. So now it leaves a lot of one-on-one matchup and a lot of soft zone to where Matt Ryan can see the defense getting changed at the line of scrimmage. With Kyle Pitts being on that field, no matter if he's executing or no matter if he's gonna be that target, he poses a threat to where Matt Ryan can now dissect the defense. Like, all right, they move it. I know what they're doing. They're putting one-on-one matches now. Safeties are high safety is dropping up. Like let
me say this. What you're saying, I get it. It sounds so much easier when you talk it versus being executed. And one thing about the game of football, with all the magical, mystical plays that we could dial up for all the receivers and tight ends, if your line of scrimmage can't hold that block long enough for that play to develop, none of that matters. None of it matters.
That's exactly where I was going with it. And you got to take into account that, one, the offensive play caller, what he's trying to do, and I'm going to use Dean Pease, for example, how he attacks offenses. He's not sending blitzes to get to the quarterback. He's sending blitzes to attack the offensive line. So the offensive coordinator knows that he's trying to attack the offensive line. That's why you have stunts. That's why you have guys that come on delayed stunts and, you know, spin moves and all that type of stuff. Like they delayed blitzes, you know, C blitzes. You have a linebacker that waiting for the first linebacker to come and then he come behind him. You know, those types of things. So the offensive coordinator knows these things. So what he's trying to do as a play caller, first and foremost, is protect the quarterback. It's not to get the ball to Hayden Hurst, because it's easy to dial up a pass and say, all right, I'm going to run a screen. I can just throw a screen and get him the ball. If he just wanted to get him the ball, that's the easiest thing in the world. But you want it to be effective, and you want the defense to respect you as an offensive play caller, because what you don't want is to line up and do exactly what Dirk Cutter has been doing for the last 3 years. All right, Julio, get in the slot, get on the outside, and run a dig route. Everybody in the universe knows it coming. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I agree, dude. Like, I 110% agree. I'm actually using this as ammo to back me up. I watch you guys live streams all the time because I take heat. I take heat from the public all the time, and it's just that I defend no matter if Matt Ryan is posing a 2-point PFF grade. Like, I'll defend. I'm more of a defender of my team, and I'm asking the question to put that ammo in my back pocket.
Right. Let me say this. Because I appreciate you because you are a real fan. Like you said, we are. This is the goal that we're doing. We're trying to you know, get this fan base to back the team no matter what. Like you said, like, don't people label us as Matt Ryan apologists, but it's not really that. We support the team. But the thing about, like you said, you see our live streams, we talk about so much more in the game of football than just quarterback. And that's what these folks focus on, is quarterback. Quarterback is not the all be all of the game. Right. We've literally seen like very, very low tier QBs win Super Bowls because of their team. Not because of them, their team. We've seen great QBs win Super Bowls because of their team. Not because of just them, their team. We watched one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and Peyton Manning, literally play like absolute shit in the playoff run in 2015, and the man retired as a champion. So you can't. It's not all QB. So I can understand you asking those questions and getting this information, because you we tell people all the time. People think football is a very simple, simplistic game, and let me tell you something. They have the slightest idea. They have the slightest idea.
Yeah, understood, man. Understood. Hey, man, appreciate your time, man. Again, I use everything you guys as ammo for the public. I mean, I take a lot of heat. I mean, with and without alcohol in these guys' bloods, it is stressful. But hey, I'm all for it.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. When you can take that criticism now, but I tell everybody, he who lasts the loudest. Our day coming.
Understood. I got you, man. All right, man. Y'all have a good night. I'm still gonna tune in.
All right, man. You too, man. Hey, man, we need some more Q&A questions going on up here. Like I said, this is what we trying to do here today. Don't be scared to get on camera and ask questions now, man. We not gonna bite. We don't bite.
Don't be scared.
Don't be
scared. He up here doing homework, hiding and shit. What's wrong with you, boy?
Hey, you know, I had to do a meeting. We had a meeting. Hey, you know.
Hey,
he missed a big time now. He took.
No, that's not.
Don't do him like that, man. He had a meeting with
that boy over there looking
to get back with him.
That boy looking like that boy over there looking like Melvin nephew from the Players Club. I follow you heaven home. I follow you. Make sure you get home safe every night, Diamond.
Exactly.
Like damn, boy.
Hey! Oh my God! Look who we got here. Oh Lord have mercy.
Hey.
Oh Jesus! Oh God!
Y'all know who that is.
It's coming. All right, it's coming.
Private eye. What's up, fellas?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's that, man?
What you got, folks?
Serious question. When we gonna start holding everybody else to the same standards that y'all hold Matt Ryan? Because for the past 2 weeks, I've seen Calvin Ridley kill an offensive drive with a penalty, and ain't nobody on Twitter said nothing about it.
Do I have to say it? Do I have to say it?
Go ahead.
Wait. Well, tell it to me, brother.
That skin compression, baby.
You saying the lack of melanin?
You know what?
That's what it is.
I mean the lack of the lack of melatonin in that man's skin is very concerning.
I literally said in the barbershop, why don't y'all admit that y'all don't like that y'all hate Matt Ryan because you want to see a black dual threat quarterback in Atlanta, and the entire barbershop got quiet for like 10 seconds.
I think the reason why that is they don't want to come off as being prejudiced as far as what they want. That's it. We always say, like, you got certain people that see Matt Ryan and say, well, he doesn't represent what I want to see
in Atlanta. Let's just say it.
Basically,
okay, hold on. I'm glad you said that. Because in my mindset, what the hell do that even mean?
when I'll put it like this, when you're born in 2001, and you know you're born the same year Vic was born, and you understand that, and you hear stories talking about how good Vic was, and then you go back and look at film, and look at numbers, and be like, I mean, okay. And then you hear he changed the culture and he was exciting. You're just like, well, that doesn't win you games. And then people want to cuss you out and get mad at you. So, you know.
I got a question. What the fuck does changing the culture even mean in football? What the fuck are y'all bringing damn ham hocks to the game? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Are y'all cussing and like speaking in damn Sudanese or something? Like, what? Like, what the fuck does changing the culture mean?
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it really is. it's because the time of the NFL is kind of changing, where you start to see more of these quarterbacks that's moving around here with a chicken with the heads cut off and stuff like that. So
but we see what happened in the Super Bowl last year. The Chiefs had 2 starting tackles gone, bro.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, you gotta hold the same accountability as you would anybody else. Like I said, if that was Matt Ryan with 2 tackles gone, I'd have said it'd been no excuses.
Well, I mean, when you
go ahead.
When you
I'm sorry. I thought you saw me. I was about to say I could have sworn like Warren Moon existed, Randall Cunningham existed, Donovan McNabb existed, Steve McNair existed. So like this whole changing the culture thing, like what are we saying here? Like, because if you're trying to say like, well, he a black QB that could run, we got these guys. We've had these guys before Vic was even drafted. Or we want to say, or people like to say, well, we want somebody that's mobile. Okay, why y'all don't give Steve Young his credit for being mobile?
Because I mean, DJ Shockley the love. DJ Shockley was here before him.
Exactly.
DJ Shockley was doing his thing.
So.
Hold up, before who though?
No. I misspoke on the before, but DJ Shockley, y'all don't love DJ Shockley like that.
Oh no, they do. They don't give Shockley no love.
DJ Shockley, but
DJ is a Georgia legend. DJ Shockley is a Georgia legend. Y'all don't love him like that. So like what's the problem? Y'all always talking about changing the culture and all this mess. What the hell does that even mean? Are y'all just saying when it all come down to it? And like I said, TJ, you can go. But what the hell to change culture? Is it that I want to see Michael Vick clone? Is that what you guys are saying? Because that's what I'm getting from the situation.
So I y'all know I'm a college football guy. So I go look at Power Football Focus today, right? You know, Power Football Focus really ain't the most credible. But I go on Power Football Focus, top 100 players in the draft next year, and so every week it's been like Sam Howell, or it's been like it's been these guys, it's been the guys that can throw the football. I'm not gonna say Malik Willis can't throw the football. How in God's blue earth does Malik Willis jump from? I think he wasn't even in the top. He's the number 1 quarterback this week. He's the number 1 quarterback in the 2022 draft right now. And while you got Carson Strong in Nevada, who's literally one of the best throwing quarterbacks, you got all these other guys in this draft, and like, what do you? It's just, man, I don't even, man. It's hard. It's a hard situation when people value running, and these sports people value running more than they value actual arm talent at a quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just how it is. They don't value the quarterback arm anymore. They value the quarterback. Oh, he can get out the pocket and run. Mel Kiper, and I said Mel Kiper is the reason a lot of this stuff happened. Really and truly, Mel Kiper got all of these people hyped when all these mobile quarterbacks came out, and so
ESPN in general.
And let me add on to that. Did y'all see the performance that most of these rookie quarterbacks had, other than Mac Jones? Mac Jones, the only one that performed well in week 2.
But we said that.
I mean, but I'm gonna give you a prime example. Like like you said, like the standard, like the goalpost is always moving. Now, after we lost to the Eagles, and Mike can tell you this because one of my boys was in the space with us, and he was talking about if we would have drafted Justin Fields, X, Y, and Z would have happened for us. Okay, so when I made the comment about Lamar Jackson getting sacked and losing the football on that Sunday night game, and I said, well, ain't Lamar Jackson mobile? Should he be able to escape that pressure? Or his line collapsed. The fuck you saw? I'm sorry, but I just had to say it. But the fuck would you?
So basically, what you said is it's selective criticism.
Yeah,
basically.
it's always gonna be that. It's always
Basically.
gonna be that, man.
Okay.
Like you literally saw Matt line collapsing on him, but you said a mobile quarterback would have solved that. But then you saw the same line, but you seen a different line collapse on Lamar Jackson. Oh, his line ain't good. The fuck is you watching then?
Hey, we're gonna get to let's get to Jerry Bowie real fast.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, Joe, he got well, let's hit this $5 super chat so we can talk about
$5.
Holla, holla, holla. He said the crime rate go up every Sunday. The Falcons lose. We need a win. I don't care how it's done.
Nah, my bad.
Oh my goodness, what the hell?
I mean, y'all got to stay out. Yeah. I mean, y'all got to stay out of doggone Old National Matlock Park. I mean, Fulton Industrial Matlock Park.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Get out there. No. We don't talk about it on the play.
Hey, Jerry, what's going on, man? What you got for us?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Appreciate the show you're doing.
Hey,
I
problem,
really
man.
don't have a question. I just want to say that I watched the first 2 games. I live in an area where, I don't pick up a lot of the games unless I, watch it through the NFL ticket. And watching those, the last game against the Bucs, I have to say the team did improve a lot, but I don't understand why everybody is making it seem like the batted passes were interceptions that Matt Ryan was intentionally trying to throw. The defense just showed up, put pressure, and the timing was just there. It's rare you see those kind of plays, 3 of them in one game like that. And then the ball, they actually landed in the perfect spot for the defense to actually return for a touchdown. Like, that's not a common thing. Mm-hmm. And it was the reason why the score was driven up so high. And everybody's talking like, oh, they got blew out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, that's not a common thing to happen. And then for everybody to make it seem like, well, it's all on Matt Ryan. I'm like, well, I don't see how that can all be on Matt Ryan. I mean, the defense just made some good plays, and it's not a common thing. So I kind of feel like, after watching that game, there is a lot of hope because the team fought hard, and Matt Ryan played good. The receivers, Calvin Ridley and all of that, I know they did have some issues getting open at some point, but I do really believe that the team is still adjusting with the chemistry that they're trying to build and adjusting to the new plays and things, and it's only going to get better, So I think the fans should just give it some time, be confident, and like you said, this game against the Giants is going to be very vital, and I believe the team now has a blueprint that they can go off of from the game against the Bucs, and we will have a big chance to actually build off of that and have some success.
Okay.
Hey, man, that was great.
I mean, I like your knowledge, and you're absolutely right what you said. Like you said, those 3 batted passes, man, them that's an anomaly. Like that, like you probably never see that happen again as long as Matt Ryan quarterbacks for us. Definitely, we definitely had some to look forward to for this Sunday with the way this team played, the way they fought. And I mean, if we being honest, and I want everybody to pay attention who's listening right now and watching this show. If you're being honest, the Bucs played desperate football. When we cut the game to 3, if anybody had a chance, if you pre-recorded that game, or if you got NFL Game Pass, go back and watch when Matt scored the zone read on the 2-point conversion, and just watch as the camera cut to different Bucs players. Watch their body language. They didn't see that coming. They looked distraught. Like they put the camera on Levante David's face. He had his head down, like you could see on his face, like, well, what just happened? Like he didn't know what just happened. Brady was trying to fire up people, but he didn't have that same fire because he couldn't believe what was going on.
Brady was looking worried on the sideline during that game. Like, they wasn't expecting this to happen. They was expecting us to not score any points at all. And like, I live in Mississippi, so it's, I live in Saints territory. And it's, a few of our friends, we're Falcons fans, and, they laugh at us all the time here. But I still believe that this team could turn this around and have a winning season. As far as the Super Bowl playoffs, I'm not going to, make like that's a guarantee. But I do believe we can have a winning season with this team. It's just going to take some chemistry to build. And like I say, they have something to go on. So I believe that they can go in there, and as long as they can continue to, improve and Arthur Smith, kind of figure out how he want to use everybody, I believe they can win the next game and even win the next 3 games straight before the bye week.
Yeah. I've said that we could possibly go into our bye week as a 3-2 team, and even if we go in our bye week as a 2-3 team, I'm still okay with that because, like I said, it's still a long season. Like if you keep your win-loss record at least 1 game apart from one another, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
I say we go into the Dallas game 5-3. Oh, really? And really, it might be 6-2. Cause
hold on. So I want to get this before he run off like a little biatch. But here he is. All right. Falcon 4L. Let us know. Let us know what you got.
Let us know how terrible guys we are. What you got, folks?
I mean, I just want to I just got one main question for y'all, man. I just want to know why every time Matt Ryan miss up, y'all go cover him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't never see like the man is declining, man. This man has been declining for the past 2 to 3 years, man. The man don't have no arm strength, no accuracy. Julio been mentioned.
I got this, y'all. I got
Julio been mentioned. You feel me?
3 years, right? 3 years ago.
No. Let him finish.
I'm saying explain to me why y'all so fascinated with Matt Ryan. That's what I want to know.
All right, hold on. I got it. Don't. I want him like to really we're gonna have a debate here. All right. My thing is, why shouldn't we praise a guy that is the number 1 quarterback? We're talking about guys that have, like, when you look at his statistical, where he's past Brady, he's past Breeze, he's past Peyton Manning. As far as touchdown yards, completion percentage, like, why shouldn't? And the fact, like, you bringing up him declining, absolutely, he's 37 years old. So it's like, as time goes on, you're not going to play like the same quarterback you played at 23. So you're absolutely right when we talk about, is he declining? He does not have the same zip on the ball, but he still can zip that thing in. All right. So you're not wrong there, but why shouldn't we praise a guy that has gotten an MVP? Why shouldn't we praise a guy that has gotten us to a Super Bowl and he's not the reason why we lost? Why shouldn't we praise a guy that has made guys like Mohamed Sanu, Taylor Gabriel just retired because, for the most part, the Bears just couldn't do anything with him. So why shouldn't we? Like, I don't understand. Like, what do you want us to do? You want us to?
You gotta look at that position, man. The man is a quarterback, man. As a quarterback, you're supposed to be a leader. You gotta know how to take over the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, take it back to the Super Bowl. I'm not trying to say his fault, but as a quarterback, you supposed to took over that Super Bowl, man.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? There's no excuse for that.
Let me ask you this question.
They paying you $40 million.
I'm gonna let you talk, but let me ask you this question first. Who is the head? What is the head coach's job?
The coach, match the game.
So you're telling me that Matt Ryan is as the leader of a team, and not the head coach of a team, is supposed to disregard whatever the coach, his bosses, like, because he's not the boss. He's a player. He can cut at any given time. So is that his job?
Whoa! You're not gonna. Drew Brees has Sean.
I'm saying, what you think
as his
Drew
coach.
Brees would have did?
Drew Brees has Sean Payton as his coach. You think he's gonna go against Sean Payton? You have a whole nother thing coming. Sean Payton literally has won a Super Bowl.
Know how to take over the game, though. That's all.
Drew Brees has never had to take over a game with Sean Payton as his coach. If you want to go back and you want to go look at stats, Sean Payton is one, and I hate the Saints. Sean Payton's one of the better coaches in this league right now. Why do you think he ain't never been fired? Sean Payton puts out constant. He making Jameis Winston look like one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. So you can't come out and say what last week is. He had no weapons last week. You can't come out and say, "Oh man, this man would have came out and won the game." No, Drew Brees is not. Drew Brees can win the game, but he's not going to control that game. Sean Payton is going to control that game, bro. Sean Payton knows what the hell he is as a coach. Sean Payton is that nigga. Like, he knows I'm going to run this game, and Drew Brees and him run a relationship. There was a working relationship. When you had who was I can't even think of the man's name. When you had San Francisco's coach, why did his name slip out my mouth?
Shanahan.
When you had Shanahan, you had Matt. They weren't together. I mean, they was cool. I mean, but remember the first year we didn't do as good. The second year they got a bond. But Shanahan runs his offense as he runs his offense.
Okay, check this out though.
Come out there and audible shit. It's his offense.
Check this out though. How many times Matt Ryan had the opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, to get us over that hump, to get to the Super Bowl? I'm saying, you remember we played the
TJ, we got.
Let's go back to when we played the 49ers before the Super Bowl. Let's go back to that time when we had that lead and blew it. Let's go back to that time. Time after time, we didn't give Matt Ryan enough time in Atlanta. It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? He's a good quarterback. I'm not gonna say he's not a good quarterback. But I feel like at the end of the day, I mean, his time is up, man. Just like Julio's time was up. It's time for us to move on from him. That's all.
No, we ain't doing that.
Hold on.
We need to rebuild. We just need to rebuild.
All right. So when you say the San Francisco game, which game are you talking about?
The playoffs, the championship game.
When
Ray Lewis last year, you know, Ray Lewis retired his last.
So you speaking of the game.
So let me ask you a question. If you looked at that final drive, right?
Yeah.
You had a touchdown already. What happened there?
I mean, you know
what happened there? Well, I mean, what happened? The wide open pass that Harry Douglas fell on his face on.
I mean, yeah.
But like you said, we understand what you're saying as far as he could have done more. He could have been better. But you also have to look at the totality of the game as well. Because even if we look back at the Super Bowl, if you look at those final 3 drives, what happened in those drives? When they was moving forward, the yellow flags moved them backwards.
Okay.
Even when he took the sack, they were still in field goal range. But the issue is when they was in that situation, you got that yellow flag that moved them out of field goal range. So, like I said, we understand that the game is evolving to where now these new quarterbacks is coming in. You got a little bit more mobility. Like I said,
exactly. It's time for a change. That's all I'm saying.
But
okay.
hold on. I'm not done, man. But the issue, the problem is when we look at what goes down, you got to look at the money aspect of it. See, the issue is you had the opportunity for that quarterback would have been here, but you have to remember he restructured his deals to try to keep everybody intact.
Right. And that's the point that we hammer home. And you know, like we're not. I've never said that we should never draft a quarterback, but when you're dealing with the salary cap, like I totally agree. He's 37. All right, he's 37. He's not going to play like the same Matt Ryan for the next 2 to 3 years. We all know that. But when you talk about let's just draft a quarterback. Well, if we draft the quarterback, he's going to cost us even more money. So it's not a matter of we don't want Matt Ryan gone. I want Matt Ryan gone at the right time, and not just because we just want to see him gone. So LT, what you got? And then we'll go to.
Okay, so let me say this. Let me bring this up. Okay, we're gonna go back to the NFC Championship game. Matt versus a number 1 defense in the league that year. He was 32 of 40. He was 32 for 40, 396 yards with 3 touchdowns. And he had like one interception.
He good for stats.
Okay, but hold on. Okay, so you say he good for stats, but why don't we hold the same regard to the defense to come up with big plays? Why does Matt have to? Why does Matt have to do it? Why has Matt have to go 40 for 40 for 500 and 600 yards and 7 touchdowns in order for us to win? Why can our defense make time and stops? Or let's fast forward to the Super Bowl. You 27, 18 for 25 or something of that nature, and for 296 for 290 some yards and 2 touchdowns with no turnovers. That was clearly his fault because we all know Devontae Freeman missed that block. Now we like to talk about how fantastic of a catch that Julio Jones had, But people don't understand that prior to that play happening, we lost Ryan Strader in that game to concussion. So the very next play, when that Julio Jones catch took place, literally the pocket was collapsing. He had to scramble to the right side and throw a complete dime to Julio. Like people like to talk, like I said, Julio made a fantastic catch, but Ryan threw it where only he could touch it. So if like I said, so him making that play, you saying he got to take over. Well, why we not blaming the OC for not just running the damn ball? Like it's just that simple. And you had said OC go to San Francisco, coach in the Super Bowl, and literally do the same thing he did with us. And then had him come out early. Hold on. And then came out earlier this year and admitted that he messed up in our Super Bowl. So why are we still putting the blame on him? Don't get me wrong. Matt is 36 years old. He is getting up in age. I fully understand all of that. But my thing is, we talk about Matt's age, but Brady is literally 44 and nobody don't say nothing about him.
Look what Brady did, though.
No, look what the team did.
There we are.
Look what the team did. Yeah, look what the team. And I got another question about it. So you're telling me you're willing to pay somebody $50 million to play for somebody else and lose most of your core pieces just to accommodate for that?
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like if we go rebuild, last year when they let Julio go, they should let both of them go. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just prolonging the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time when a new GM come in and a new coach come in, they go bring their own system and their own quarterback in. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like stop playing with the fans. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with us. You know what I'm saying? Just tell us that we in a rebuild mode because we ain't gonna win this. We ain't winning nothing. You know
Matt in his career
might win 3 or 4 games. That's it.
Matt doesn't take over games. Matt has 38 career game winning drives.
And he get paid $40 million a year though.
Yeah, okay. So you add the $40 million a year to what we're paying. We're paying Keanu. We're still paying. What is his name? We're still paying
Carpenter, Julio Jones,
Carpenter, Gano. We're still paying Julio. We're still paying Julio $17 million right now. So if you would have added $40 million in cap, we wouldn't even been able to sign our rookies. And we drafted this year. Justin Fields right now. Let me finish. Justin Fields right now is making 11. This year he's gonna make 11 million back into his contract. He has a front loaded contract. He would have added. You were not going to be able to sign Justin Fields if you got rid of Matt Ryan anyway. So what would be the point of getting rid of the quarterback and you couldn't even sign the quarterback that you drafted? Literally, there would have been no money anywhere that you could have got that money off of. There was no money, no space. I mean, no space. There was no money to try to throw that off.
And to add to that, like you saying like they playing with them, but these folks literally did a press conference and they literally said both Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith both said that they mouth we came to Atlanta because of Matt. So there's no way you can sit here and say that they playing with your emotions about rebuilding. They literally came to Atlanta with Matt. Fontenot is known for knowing how to manage the cap, to manipulate the cap. That's why he's here. He knows how to get us in situations where we can bring in people or whatnot. If you pay, I'm not saying something like football knowledge, but if you looked at what we did in recent weeks or in recent days, like for example, we literally cut Brandon Copeland the day before we played our first game, and then brought him back because his money wasn't guaranteed on the books. Like our front office is literally doing things differently, and they're doing it the right way versus what Thomas Dimitroff was doing when he was here. He was basically trying to just sign fan favorites or getting players that really didn't fit the scheme just because he's making him look like he was doing something.
We blaming Thomas Dimitroff when you got to think about Richmond KStylzz though. Why we ain't let him go? If we go clubhouse, we might
hold on. Let me ask you this: Why should we?
Why you think Tampa Bay let him
win? He didn't
left for more money.
No, that ain't true.
Yeah, he left. He didn't get fired. He left.
The dude that built the Super Bowl team just got fired. Okay.
He left. He didn't get fired. He actually left. But even if he did, he still was responsible for that Super Bowl team that we talking about.
No, I'm saying basically when it comes to the salary cap, okay, think about it. Who you think the GM got to get a sign off from?
I mean, you talking about the salary cap? Who did you?
I'm saying the reason we in this mess. You know what I'm saying? All these messed up contracts.
Well, Rich McKay was too busy paying attention to building that brand new stadium we got in Atlanta right now.
I don't feel like there's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if whoever, they should have cleared the whole house. You know what I'm saying?
You can't clear the whole house when you don't have money to clear the whole house.
Hold on. Because like I think this is a very important because like he's coming from, a standpoint. Like I understand where he's coming from, but we have to use common sense at the end of the day. All right. And common sense is that there's more than one person. If Arthur Blank just start throwing his weight around, what's the point of having a team president, a GM, a quarterback, and players if he's just going to do anything and everything that he wants? You know what I'm saying?
You basically turn it to the Cowboys.
I mean, I look, every time we sign coaches, we always getting a first year head coach. I mean, I ain't got no problem with us having a first year head coach, but y'all see that ain't working. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so who you think we should have brought in this year?
I mean, at the end of the day, I can't say who they should have brought in. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, why do we keep going after these first year head coaches? Like we're a spearman or something.
At the end of the day, I think this is what it is, and like this is just my thoughts on it. I think just at this point, you and a lot of people don't give a fuck what the fuck happens. You don't give a fuck who you gonna blame. You don't give a fuck who is at blame. You want Matt Ryan to fuck up out of here.
Exactly.
And let's just be real.
Exactly.
Let's just be real, bro.
I do. I'm gonna keep it real. I do.
Well, we gotta use common sense. So if that's the case, let's use common sense. Let's just come out and say it and stop beating around the bush. That's what we're talking about. You blame Rich McKay, you blame Arthur Blank, you blame everybody and say everybody at fault. But the fact of the fucking matter is you just want him to fuck up out of here.
I want to know why do you dislike Matt Ryan so?
I mean, like I told y'all, I like the Matt Ryan. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was a decent quarterback for Atlanta. One of the best quarterbacks we ever had, if not the best quarterback we had. But like I'm telling y'all,
so who's better? Who's better?
Who better?
Y'all want me to keep it 100?
Go ahead.
I mean, shit, y'all got y'all opinion, but I'm gonna say Vic. I mean, but that's my opinion.
Hey, hold on. Let's go. Okay, why?
Guess what? I bet y'all were cheering for Vic when he was in the.
Of course.
He paid for the Falcons. Of course.
Hey, look. But here's the difference, though. We show the same energy for whoever's throwing the ball back there. That's the thing we don't talk about. See, the issue is when people say with Michael Vick.
I mean, if Vick were doing the same shit Matt Ryan doing right now, I'd be saying the same shit. I
don't know about that.
He didn't do half the shit Matt Ryan did.
Vic way more exciting than Matt Ryan, man. Vic way more exciting than Matt Ryan.
There we are, and here we are. That's all I do here. That's where we are.
Right there, bro. I appreciate it, man. Like you did. Like you could have did everything. Like I commend you for even coming on, because a lot of people want to even come on and be truthful with us and just have a conversation. I appreciate you, bro. Don't take that don't take it no type of way. I trust me, we appreciate you for stepping on. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause a lot of people
exactly. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the conversation. But the thing is, we need people to actually be honest about it. Instead of like I said, beating around the bush and just say, okay, I prefer this guy.
I mean, 80% of Atlanta want Matt Ryan out of here. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta speak up for I gotta speak for the folks who want him out of here. You feel? Like,
I mean, yeah, but everybody again, like you said, you liked it, Matt Ryan, as you could say. But the problem is, like,
it's declining, man. Time to move on. That's all I'm saying.
But before he was even declining, you pretty much showed us your disdain for that man back in the day. So, like, you said you use it.
I want the quarterback to take over the game, like Brady, Peyton Manning.
He does. He does that.
No game.
What do you mean? So do you know how many games we lost where our defense was on the field? What can you do when you had to watch your defense give up the lead? I watched my quarterback go down the field.
Tom Brady ain't always had no good defense.
That's a lie.
Wait, what?
Nah, that's
oh,
a lie.
no,
That's
no,
a lie.
you lying
Tom Brady
right
ain't
now.
always had a good
You
defense.
lying right there.
Tom Brady ain't always had a good defense. Now we ain't gonna see
You lying, sir.
Hold on,
You
hold on.
lying.
He
You
had
lying.
a few good defense.
I got
now.
the
No, he-
numbers
always
right
had
here.
a
I
good
got the
defense.
numbers
He's
right
always
here.
had a good defense. He's always had a good defense.
Tom
I'm
Brady's
not gonna
been
say
in the
that.
league
Not
for
every year.
Tom Brady's been in the league about 21 years, right?
Yep.
The numbers here says that Tom Brady, out of those 21 years, 17 of those years he had a top 10 defense.
Thank you.
I bet you all of them.
When you go to the Super Bowl years, look at the Super Bowl years. I think every one of them was a top 10 defense.
Everyone top 10 defense, and you also
He
had
the number one defense last year in the Super Bowl.
Let's take it a step further. Let's take it a step further.
The man can't help. He got a top 10 defense. I mean,
but the problem is you're kind of contradicting yourself because you're saying it's Tom Brady and the team. But the problem is you didn't say Matt Ryan and the team. You just saying Matt Ryan is the only problem.
Nah, Matt Ryan ain't on the problem. We know that.
No, don't switch it up now. Don't switch it down.
I know that. I know the whole damn team. So shit, I'm gonna be real with you. Everybody so ain't nobody on the motherfucking team worth keeping your
So why we don't want to get rid of those guys? Why is it that we gotta get rid of them?
Why do we have to get rid of Matt Ryan and the whole? You said
we need to let him go because he's 37 years old. He don't have any accuracy no more. He don't have any arm strength no more. I mean,
did you not see the touchdown?
That man don't have no emotion, bro. Let's be real. He don't have no emotion.
Should we cut
no type of emotions on the field, man. I need a quarterback that's a leader that got emotion. You feel me? Bring some type of excitement on the field. Man, when you go to the Mercedes-Benz Dome, it's dead in there. No type of emotion.
Because y'all
don't watch the game.
I'm tired of losing.
You niggas want Vic so bad.
Everybody calm the hell down.
Oh, calm down.
Man, I'm born and raised in Atlanta, man. I've been watching the Falcons.
I'm here 20 years. I've been in Atlanta my whole life. I know what you want.
I'm a Grady baby. I know what I'm talking about. I'm a
Grady baby too. So what's the
boy Grady? Hey, I'm a Grady baby.
Look. So here's my question to you, man. Here's my question to you. So when was the year that you felt like Matt Ryan was needed to get rid of? The first time?
Shit, right after the Super Bowl.
Right after the Super Bowl?
Right after the Super Bowl.
And
it was time to clear house then.
It was time to clear house then?
Even though he wasn't the reason they made. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, because the only reason why I'm saying that is because even though you did say the team sucked, you didn't say the team sucked until we addressed the fact that you didn't say anything about the team.
I bet be real, man. Everybody know the Falcons suck. I ain't gotta tell you that. If I tell you Matt Ryan suck, you know damn well I think the whole team suck.
Even if that is, you still got the word.
You didn't say
that.
Should we cut Grady Jarrett? Should we cut Grady Jarrett?
No, Grady Jarrett about the best thing on the team.
But you just said the whole team sucks.
I'm saying though. See now y'all got there. You know what I'm saying?
No, bro.
Go tit for tat for toe.
No. Here's the issue. We're using the words that you're saying because you're not saying everything.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, when it comes to that whole team, I feel like the only thing is worth keeping, that name y'all just said, Grady Jarrett. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, Deion Jones, he too small to be at linebacker. I'm gonna just keep it all the way 100 with you. He too small.
Know that.
You know
we don't know that.
I mean, then when have we ever had a shutdown cornerback? We ain't never had no shutdown cornerback, really. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never had no hard hit safety.
Actually, we had two of them. We had two of them.
Name
William Moore, Keanu Neal.
They was all right. They wasn't all that. They was all right.
True Front was shut down, but we had no.
Come on,
yes, he was. Yes, he was. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about True Front. True Front never had no pass rush in front of him.
Bro, do you know what shutdown cornerback is? Do you really know what that is? Name the number one shutdown cornerback in the league right now.
Yeah, most people gonna say Xavier Howard.
It's only one shutdown cornerback in the league right now.
They gonna say Xavier Howard.
Hell,
they're gonna say Jalen Rams.
They're gonna say Jalen Rams.
Jalen Rams.
Even though his ass get toasted all the time, he a shut down corner.
He a shut down corner. Really?
But he get
Bro,
at the end of the day, the way that this game is played, there is no such thing as a shutdown corner.
Nah, we ain't had now lately. You right?
I'm not talking about just the Falcons, but I'm just talking about in general.
Around the league. That's what I'm saying. That ain't too many out there. You know,
right?
You know,
yeah. So, but I was saying, like I said, hey. Like I said, these the type of conversations we need though, because like I said, it's a lot of people. Like I said, a lot of people is going to want to say what you want to say, but when we say, okay, get on and explain yourself, they don't want to explain themselves. So this is what we're looking for, because we want to get the mindset out of the people's mouths, not just through the chat. Because the chat, you could say one thing, but the tone coming out your mouth is two totally different things. So we understand what you're saying as far as you want to see more of a versatile quarterback. Like I said, the league is going to come down to. The league is coming down.
I got a question. What is y'all problem against Justin Fields?
I ain't got no problem with Justin Fields.
Okay.
The nigga can't.
Okay, I was just making sure.
My problem is
he got beat out by Jake Fromm.
My problem with Justin Fields. My problem with Justin Fields.
Yes, bro. Okay.
My problem with Justin Fields. My problem with Justin Fields. My problem with Justin Fields is the boy can't read the defense, and he never played an NFL style on offense.
How old is he?
I kind of feel like with
21,
20,
right?
Since high school, he been like one, like in the top 2 conversation of one of the best quarterbacks coming out of high school.
Do you know how many? Do we know how many people done did that? Do you know how many people that had them accolades? Do you know how many times? Do you know how many people that had them type of accolades coming out of high school, going through college, and then going to the NFL and completely fall off?
Did you see what he did at Ohio State?
Yeah, not read the defense and throw deep balls.
Yeah, I watched him struggle. I watched him struggle against Northwestern. That's what I watched.
You gotta look at the product he got on his team.
I watched him struggle against Northwestern.
I guarantee you.
Hold on.
I guarantee you. If we had Justin Fields in Atlanta, the stadium probably be sold out.
Who the
for him to sit on the bench?
Question though.
I'm just saying, hey, this is a business too at the same time. So if
who the fuck cares?
You gotta tell you this about my contract. You avoided that.
If I'm off the blank, I'm looking at my pockets. I'm looking at them stains every Sunday. I'm looking at them stains. And Matt Ryan,
that's the main reason he made money.
Think about it. Atlanta is a black city, man. Let's be 100. We gonna keep it 100.
Hey man, no, we're not going there. We're not
Atlanta
going
is a black city.
So we gotta have a black quarterback because we a black city. We one of the most multicultural cities in the country.
I mean, you gotta
Hey, at the end of the day, hold on, TJ. At the end of the day, we're gonna give you your last thought. So just your last thoughts. Just go ahead and get that right quick.
Shit, my last thoughts is, man, Atlanta ain't gonna win shit until they get rid of Matt Ryan.
All right.
Okay.
Boy, you better hold that stay that way.
I got one more question. If it come down to that point, what holds you back? What holds you to watching them if you know they ain't shit and they're gonna lose?
I don't watch them no more. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. I mean, I might turn on the game.
I appreciate that's it.
Hey, look. So if you don't,
I mean, I'm not no damn ESPN analyst, man. I'm not gonna sit here and watch.
We ain't either.
The people that work at ESPN is ESPN analysts.
I'm not gonna sit here and watch my team get dragged the whole damn 4 quarter, man.
Hold on. You said it's your team, but you said you don't watch them.
Watch it.
You said it's your team, but you don't watch them. So what is it?
So you have time.
What you mean halftime? I watch past halftime sometimes.
No.
You fuck with the team half of the time.
No, the reason why he said that because you said you don't watch him at all, but then you just said this is my team.
Of course,
what is it? What is it? Because like I say, if the issue is, and we always say if the issue is, and for most people that probably say here, we don't give a damn what color a quarterback is. Hey, we're gonna support him no matter what. But the thing is, if it bothers you and you know they ain't shit, what you said you don't watch them.
I mean, I can feel how I feel about them. That don't mean still I'm abandoning my team at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my granddad had been a damn Falcons fan shit forever. Guess what? He don't watch them no more. He's still a Falcons fan. He know they ain't shit. It's a lot of fans feel like that. We tired of watching them lose, man. When have they ever brought us Super Bowl?
We ain't been a winning franchise, but okay.
But the problem is you can't claim you say you a fan, but you can't claim them if you say you don't watch them. That's not a fan. That's
fun with y'all, man. If y'all want to watch some same football, tune into the Georgia Bulldog, man. That's the best thing we got going on right now.
All right, man. We appreciate you for joining, dog.
We appreciate you joining us, man.
We appreciate you, dog.
All
right, man. All right, we got to cut. Hey. But like I said, definitely this is what we talking about with the conversation as far as it. Like I said, you let people talk long enough, you'll find out some information. There's a couple more people in this chat right here that got a lot to say.
Hey, is there somebody named Cornell in there? I want Cornell to come up here. Is Cornell in there?
Oh, let Cornell
Cornell Foster.
We gotta let Tyler Lee come in here too, cause he talking a lot too.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm off tonight.
I gotta go to work in the damn morning. Hey, we only got a few more minutes, so
yeah, we got a few more minutes.
I put the link back in there. So
yeah, I want to just get
I'm sorry. There we go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I just wanted to say that I was one of the fans of the team that really wasn't big on rebuild, and I was happy when they hired the GM and the coach that they brought in because they had in their mind that they want to retool. I don't have nothing against Justin Fields. I think he's a good quarterback, but this team didn't need to draft Justin Fields. Our line is a work in progress, and our running game is a work in progress, and we didn't need to bring a young quarterback here. And Matt Ryan being the veteran that he is, I honestly don't think Justin Fields would have held up very well in these first two games as starting quarterback, considering that, the line was actually still kind of building that chemistry. It don't matter that he can run. I mean, you still got to have a serviceable line for a young quarterback because his time is going to be off. He's still going to have to adjust. It's just not going to be easy for him. I mean, as we saw with the left guard, Jalen Mayfield, as a rookie, we know it's going to be difficult for him because he's still adjusting to the NFL. So I like the idea of us doing what we're doing. It's just going to take a little time. And I feel like if we did a rebuild, you gotta expect these guys to actually hit on their draft picks because 3-4 years down the road, we find out that none of them worked out. You're starting over again. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be losing, more years to come versus, we could actually try to compete within a year or two of what we have now, as long as we continue to, allow these guys to do what they do. The reason why. So that's just my take on it. And I kind of feel like Justin Fields being in Chicago, that probably wasn't the best for him either because Matt Nagy is on a hot seat, as I understand. So if they don't have a good season, another coach come in, they may say, well, we don't want Justin Fields. And they may do him just like Josh Rosen.
I'm glad. Let me say something what you brought up because what people don't understand is, and I understand folks that they love for Vic and everything on the sun. But mobility ain't gonna solve your offensive line play. And I literally watched a guy like Derek Carr, whole confidence in his career get destroyed because he was dying behind that line in Houston when the Texans became a franchise again. So like people don't even run it like you said. Like, do you really want to put your rookie quarterback behind the line like that? Like where he's gonna get destroyed, especially by the fact that he has not played in real game speed like that, and then you have to try to decipher defenses. That's bad business. You not gonna get success out of that. You gonna ruin that man's career before he even get started good.
It would have been bad to get that
Joe
for sure. And then you are putting him up against one of the top defenses in the league against Tampa Bay. And once again, the line is still approaching progress. You need that veteran knowledge that could actually, Matt Ryan can move in the pocket pretty well, So I think that was part, mainly some of the reason why he was able to escape and get some plays downfield, because his veteran knowledge is able to carry him through these difficult, rushes and stuff. You
literally watched the play. You watched the play with this man where he had a free blitzer coming at him. He sidesteps the free blitzer and throws a first down to keep a drive alive. Like you just can't scoff at that. I don't know how people be doing that, but they look past it because he don't run a 4.2 and a 40.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on, my bad.
I got you.
Hey, I'm about to say we got a couple. We got a couple more coming on. Like I said, I'm Jamel. Like I said, the link is in the chat. Like I said, we join on, but like I said, we're just gonna bring a couple more and let y'all get y'all questions in right quick. We got Vlad Tepes and we got Jeremy McCrimmon. What's going on, fellas? What you got for us?
What's going on? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can
hear you, man.
I'm a big Falcon fan. All I got to say is it's three phases of football: offense, defense, and special teams. Our defense has been trash. Our special teams has been trash. And Matt Ryan is not going to be successful unless we have a good offensive line. As simple as that. The reason why Tom Brady is so good, because their offensive line is so good. The dude get hit once or twice a game. As simple as that. The defense got to step up. Special teams. That last game, special teams was horrible. The punter messed up twice. The one of the punts, the kick returner, he didn't catch the ball and try to at least run and get us some good field position. Overall, that's been the issue. Even back when the 2012 game when we played San Francisco, I think halftime it was like 17-7 or 24-7, and they came all the way back. The defense has to step up. The defense has been a major problem. Offense been a major problem too. The last time we actually seen the special teams be good was when Devin Hester was here. Besides that, the special teams been trash. We ain't blocked no punts. We ain't blocked no field goals. We ain't ran no kick return back. None of that. And they, like the dude was saying earlier with Tom Brady, you watch the Patriots, they good in all three phases: special team, defense, and offense. So I don't understand all this hate with Matt Ryan. I'm like, he need an offensive line.
Right. All right, Vlad, what you got? Hey, I'm about to say ATM. I'm about to say Jerry. I'm about to say if y'all want to go back into the green room, you're gonna let a couple more people in right quick because we can't let it.
Me to come on.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
No problem, man. No problem. I'm glad to have y'all.
Exactly.
First off, I want to say I love the show. Love listening to y'all chop it up. Football knowledge is on point. I love the fact that y'all have Ryan's back because everybody in this room knows it's not his issue. It's never been the issue. You know what I mean? And what I wanted to ask y'all though is, how do y'all feel about Arthur Smith as like a play caller? Where do y'all actually see him needing to improve or needing to change? Personally, I think he needs to make his mind up about what kind of a coach he wants to be. Because, the fourth down calls when he, punted the ball away in Bucs territory the one time, but then went for it in our territory, it kind of confused me. And I'm like, okay, are you trying to be a more reserve coach or are you trying to be more of a progressive one? Or not progressive, but, progressive.
Let me say on that.
Hold on. I just want to get this out quick. He's already who he is, and that's the problem. We're so used to Dan Quinn being all over the damn place. When we see a guy that's just who he is a more conservative play caller. Dan Quinn and not Tommy Dimitroff, but Dirk Cutter. Those guys were just out there just doing what they wanted to do. All Dirk Cutter wanted to do was throw the ball deep. We knew that Dan Quinn was going to play cover 3. So now that we see Arthur Smith as a guy, he's going to throw short passes. If you guys watch the film breakdown that I did, it's
Mhm.
like I said how Julio Jones, and I can put that in the community tab for you guys to see it again. But I went on to show you guys how the receivers are going to be how they're going to be utilized. He's going
I
to
didn't get a
use
chance to
short,
check it out yet.
intermediate passing. This is not the same Falcons. This is like, even myself, I got to get used to seeing the short intermediate passes because we've always been an aggressive, throw the ball downfield to Julio, throw it to Calvin Ridley, and let them go get it. Oz, like, that's what we've done. So now we have Arthur Smith, and everybody's like, okay, where's the deep passes? All right, why are we doing this? It's completely different. So it looks conservative, but if you go back into the 2016 season, this is exactly what Kyle Shanahan was doing. But the only difference, we were scoring points. We're not scoring points this time, and that's the only difference.
I think
Honestly,
wait till we get comfortable. Wait till this team really gets comfortable in their knowing this offense. Like, we went through OTAs and we went through all this stuff. That's still not game speed. So let Arthur Smith develop this team. Like we've been saying this whole night, you gotta let this man. He's giving Jalen Mayfield another shot, and Jalen Mayfield showed up last week. He's gonna give Niesliak a shot this week. Niesliak better show up, or Colquitt gonna take his spot. So he's an aggressive coach. He's conservative to a point where on the field, but when it's your job, you better do your job, or you're gonna lose your job. That's kind of sort of how he is.
That's kind of what I'm getting also, is the team just needs that time to kind of mesh, especially this being a brand new system. You're playing, a lot of these guys may not even have seen this kind of system yet. So it does take time, but, I was really encouraged by what I saw because they took a drag. Most people want to, crap on the team this last game, but they took a giant step this last game, as far as a team, and that's what matters.
Okay. Hey, because I was basically going to say, be honest with you, I don't even think we've really seen. I think we still got about 40 to 45% of the play, but we still haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to, because like y'all said, at the end of the day, they still have to gel.
I think they'll get about mid-season, maybe one or two games after mid-season, we'll see the team like 100% like on full steam ahead.
Like I said, you're not going to really see what this team is made of until maybe week 6 or 7.
You're
right. Same thing. We did the same thing with Shanahan when we first came out. Remember, I think it was 2015 when we didn't have that good of a record, and everybody was wondering like,
I was calling for his job. I was
everybody calling like, God
2015, we were like, what is Shanahan doing? And then 2016, we're getting compared to the greatest show on turf. Like it takes time, and Kyle, like everybody's trying to rush Kyle Pitts. Oh, you took him at 4. He needs to come out. Darren Waller is one of the better tight ends in this league. He didn't do good in his first year. Travis Kelce wasn't dominant in his first year. George Kittle wasn't dominant in his first year. These guys, tight end is a position where he's not playing conventional tight end. That man is playing tight end. He's playing slot. He's playing wide. He's just a weapon. Like, wait until he gets in this offense, man.
He's on pace right now to get 800 yards this season, almost 900 yards at this point. So it's like that's damn good for a rookie tight end.
Yeah.
Like what did Travis Kelce put up? What was 7 something his rookie year?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's crazy.
Weird. I think it's just what people want is what? How do I put this? They want to rush it. They want instant gratification.
Yep.
Instant gratification. That is what this fan base wants. We've gone from like we said this. We've gone from Vic, and then we went. So basically, we went from Vic to Matt Ryan. You went and you had the little in between year, but you went from 2 basically franchise quarterbacks. So that's you kind of sort of spoiled in that range. Like you're like, oh well, we only had one bad year, and then you bring in Matt, and he's literally a generational talent. So you can't do that.
That's what I tell people that want to bash Ryan. I'm like, go talk to the Bears fans. Tell me how quick a Bears fan would take Ryan.
Jets right now.
You know what I mean? Like the Jets. How quick the Jets would take him. How quick, how quick, hell, even Cleveland, how quick they would have took him before Mayfield showed up.
If you look at look at Sam Darnold right now, he actually got an offensive line.
Yeah.
300 yards a game right now.
Yeah,
and a good offensive line can make an average quarterback great. You know what I'm saying?
Say it again.
Ask Trent
Say it again.
Ask Trent Dilfer.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Ask Brad Johnson.
Yeah, it's wild to me.
Hell, ask Nick Foles. Shit.
But
ask any quarterback with a good O line and see what they say.
Let's get Margie.
Hey, Margie. What you got, Foles?
Yo, you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, man.
Well, first off, man, I've been supporting the channel, and I love to keep it up, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. What you got for us?
One thing, too, is with the whole thing with Ryan, been having his back ever since he got him into the franchise, and people bashing him and all that crap, man. I just can't tolerate it. And it was just when, what's his name? The backup quarterback?
Josh Rosen.
Yeah, I was seeing people saying like we should start him over Ryan. I don't know if you guys seen like comments and shit like that. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? This guy's a franchise quarterback.
Oh, man.
People are bashing Ryan. It's not Ryan's fault though. It's the defense. Yeah. Defense crumbling left and right, like nothing.
Yeah. Because I was about to say, because if y'all say y'all want to start Josh Rosen, you literally say you want to start the same exact quarterback.
Yeah. No,
except with way less experience, way less.
Exactly.
Another thing too is just like second week, bro. Everyone's bashing on Pitt. Everyone's bashing on Arthur Smith. It's like, yo, give him some time, man. Mm-hmm. Everyone's already like, yo, we should have taken Fields. We're not using Pitts. Second week. What do you mean we're not using Pitts, bro? Mm-hmm. Second week. Got to give us some time.
Went off this last week. I mean, he did really. He was like 74 yards. He averaged what was like 13 and a half, 14 yards a play.
Yeah.
And then you see that play where he saved Ryan's ass from a pick? He went right behind the back and grabbed that shit?
Yeah. That's the crazy part.
Let's put this in perspective. Let's put it in perspective. We're talking about head coaches, and a lot of head coaches, their first go around, they end up getting fired. So let's just be easy with them, because Bill Belichick, what people don't realize, Bill Belichick got fired his first one
from Cleveland.
He got fired. So he learned from mistakes. So this is why I always preach, let's just be patient. This is why I do not like predictions. I don't like to say this guy's going to be this and that. I always say he has potential to be such and such, because we saw the struggle with Isaiah Oliver. I mean, everybody was down on this kid. But, I looked at his tape, and I looked at his improvements during the season. It did film breakdowns, and look where we're at now. The guy is playing solid ball. He's actually, he's in the right places. He's doing his thing. So these are the things. These are the reasons why we got to be patient as an organization, as a team, is because it doesn't happen overnight. It literally took, I think it took him about 5 years to kind of finally get it, and he got it. I mean, in New England. So Sean Payton got fired from the Giants. Bill Parcells wanted no parts of him. He fired him. So it's a process, man.
All right. I was about to say, we bring in one more person, Sheldon Allen.
Yeah,
are you ready? Because
we
we got a couple more minutes before we gotta roll out, because I gotta go to work in the morning.
Right.
I ain't finna be messing around with y'all asses.
Well, I do appreciate the time though.
Definitely.
No problem, man.
Let's get Sheldon in real quick. And then we'll get everybody's final thoughts.
Okay.
Sheldon, what's good?
Sheldon.
What's up? I appreciate y'all, man. I really rock with the show.
Hey, so turn
the video down so we can hear you.
Sheldon, what's good?
Sheldon.
What's up? Yeah, I really appreciate y'all. I love the show. I watch all the time. But I don't know if I fully agree with y'all on the Matt Ryan thing. I think he's definitely a good quarterback. I don't know if he might be past his prime a little bit. I think he's not holding us back, but the fact that we're not winning this year kind of gives me less hope that we're going to be able to put a good team around him before he ages out. I do, this season, I'm not going to judge us for like week 4 or 5, but I think we know where our strengths and our weaknesses are. And maybe it's not our year for the playoffs, but I love to see some good growth. I think that's kind of what I'm looking for this year. I want to see some of the young guys get better, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you kind of saw that Sunday.
Yeah.
To be honest.
You kind of saw the improvement. But the thing is, like I said, the whole thing we said, we don't know what's gonna happen. Like I said, we could say it's 0-2, or they might go on a run. We don't know. But I get what you're saying as far as you feel like the Falcons might need to eventually move on and get somebody younger that's a little bit more athletic. But the only issue is with those restructures that Matt Ryan had, it's going to be a hard move to make. That contract is killer.
And it's real rough. It's almost like if you knew you were going to be bad this year, you should have just bit the bullet this year and then been ready for next.
But the only issue is you got to pay the rest of his contract is about 65, 70 million.
And and a lot of players are gonna go with Matt Ryan. If Matt Ryan leaving, everybody else gonna leave because a lot of guys ain't gonna want to play. They're not gonna want to play with a rookie. Grady Jarrett's like, what the hell am I gonna be around here for if I'm like rebuilding? Like Grady wants to win. You know what I'm saying? And if you keep a guy like Matt Ryan and then you slowly build the offensive line, you slowly build the defense, you give them a shot. That's all guys want is the opportunity to win.
Right.
Money isn't everything to everybody. Like, like some people can live off of $2 million. You know what I'm saying? Like money don't it doesn't. It's not everything for everybody. So when it all comes down to it, like I understand what we want, and this is why I made the video. I said they don't give a damn about what the hell we want because if I would have honestly I would have traded Julio, I would have traded Calvin Ridley. And I would have started building the defensive line. I would start building the offensive line and to say the hell with the skill players. Let's build these trenches first. That's what I would have done. I would have fully invested in the trenches and I would have said, all right, we can draft a Russell Gage. You see what Matt Ryan did with Russell Gage. You see what he did with damn Mohamed Sanu. Mohamed Sanu was a fifth option in Cleveland. And he made him a star. You know what I'm saying? He made him. We got a second-round pick for Mohamed Sanu and went to New England and totally bombed.
We were off
so
the path.
It's not a matter of if Matt Ryan can do it, he can do it. But you need help in the trenches.
Julio made a lot of people look good. He made Russell Gage look good. He made Sanu look good. He made Austin Hooper look good. And all those guys, when they got to stand on their own, they're not really that good.
But if you look,
go ahead.
I was going to say, if you look at the games that Julio was out and look at Matt Ryan's stats, you'll be surprised. Like, because he was still balling.
Almost identical.
Exactly.
It was almost.
I remember that 2018 season, everybody was injured, and Ryan put on MVP stats. Nobody remembered that season. Nobody. Everybody was injured. Nobody remembered that season.
Because MVPs are a team status. I mean, as much as people want to say they're not, they really are. Because you could be like a ridiculous quarterback like Ryan was that year and still get no clout because your team was sorry.
Sometimes we don't look at the stats of the full game, though. A lot of those points weren't scored when the game was close. They're scored at the end. That's why you're losing by a lot. So everything's not 100% equal, but you are right. 2018 Matt Ryan was really good. 2017 was actually my favorite Matt Ryan season because I just felt like he nutted up and made a lot of big plays that he typically didn't make, even though his stats weren't that good. So you can look at it a lot of different ways.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when we talk about those, when we talk about those stats that came at the end, you got to try to throw yourself back in the game regardless, because that's really what it comes down to. But go ahead.
Can I say this as a Falcon fan? Because people say because the game was out of reach or whatever. We as Falcon fans should never use the terminology of what is called stat padding, when we literally watch people literally stat pad their way into a victory. So we shouldn't use that at all.
Yeah, because we could name plenty of quarterbacks that held Drew Brees had 5 seasons of over 5,000 yards and went 7-9 4 of those 5 seasons.
That's true.
So we could use that. But like you said, at the end of the day, like I said, you gotta appreciate what he has right now. Like you said, we know that the time is going to come, but the money wise, it's too damn expensive to do it right now. You gonna have to really get somebody that's gonna be willing to take that contract and Brock Osweiler that thing.
It wouldn't surprise me if Ron's around until he's 40, because
Right.
I really believe that Arthur Smith's plan in Atlanta is to build this team on both sides of the offense and defense. Let Ryan go around 40, and then just trade the farm for that that generational quarterback and just plop him down in the middle of a complete team on a rookie deal. That is the keys to sustain Super Bowl window, if you ask me.
You're absolutely correct.
They might need a 2017 Saints draft to get that team around.
I'll go ahead and start. But like you said like with Julio made Matt. I think Julio had like 65 career touchdowns. So that means that you got to account for the other 270 touchdowns he threw as well. So we got to look at everything. It just can't be one side. But like I said, we appreciate everybody coming on. This is kind of a new concept that we do. Well, I ain't gonna say a new concept, but this is something that we want to do with the Q&As. Have people come on, answer questions, ask questions, and give thought. Because at the end of the day, this is what we want over here at AFN, is just to have the conversation about the Atlanta Falcons and get in the same mental as everybody. So that's why. That's really why.
We ain't against Ryan haters. Whatever you are, we not against you. That's why we just want to have a conversation. That's all.
So this is it. Yeah, because this is really why the fan base is split, is because nobody wants to talk about nothing. Everybody wants to be right, but nobody wants to be wrong.
Well, I do appreciate y'all having us on to chop it up with y'all. It's always a pleasure.
Hey man,
no doubt.
So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and kind of make this more of a normal thing for us as far as Friday nights. So we just had to get back into doing it. But like I said, I appreciate everybody tuning on. Like I said, you follow Man KStylzz on YouTube. I still haven't changed the name of my other social media. I still gotta do that because that's too many names to remember. And be honest with you, I forgot all of them. But we appreciate everybody, man. That's all I gotta say.
All right, man. We'll start with LT, then we go to Tyrone, Vlad, and Margie. We'll end with that. So LT, let's go.
What we doing, like final thoughts?
Yeah, this final thoughts.
Hey man, whether you like them or not, if you're gonna watch the game, at least show some sort of support this Sunday. Like I said, man, after the performance I saw last week, it gave me much. I ain't gonna lie to you. The performance I saw last week, I was ready for next Sunday. I was ready for this Sunday coming. I was already ready. Like I was ready to see the team back on the field again because I was that excited. But I mean, just support your team, man. That's all I ask y'all to do, man. Support. Like that's what we need to do. The guy that we had on earlier about fans not coming to the game, that's probably that's why it seemed like bad juju on this team, because nobody ain't supporting the team like they should, giving us home field advantage. Back in the day, we used to have that home field advantage when folks stepped into the dome, it was packed out. You know what I'm saying? Defend the dome. Even though it ain't the Georgia Dome no more, but still defend the dome. But you know, like I said, support the team, people. Support.
All right, TJ.
I was on mute. Yeah, that's really all I have to say is like, if this is your team, then you support your team no matter what, man.
Damn right.
Like you're not gonna sit there. Like I see y'all in the comments, and I'm not even gonna address y'all. But it at a certain point, if you don't want to be a Falcons fan, don't be a Falcons fan. If we so ass and we trash, and you know we gonna support losers, then don't be a part of the team. Don't be a part of the fan base. It's that simple. Go be a whatever fan you want to be. Because half of y'all really ain't from Atlanta. Let's be honest. Half of y'all really from other states. Y'all came down here. Your family's not from Atlanta, and y'all moved down here. You just decided you was gonna be an Atlanta fan, and y'all show y'all ignorance every time. Y'all show y'all ignorance every time y'all say something. So I that's all I had to say, man. Go subscribe to Fila on YouTube for Everybody Love Atlanta Sports on YouTube. Call on Tyrone tomorrow night on my channel. If I'm talking about college football, probably talk about Georgia and all the other schools. That's it.
All right, bro.
It's on me.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. One thing I'll just say is when it comes to game day, don't just solely focus on the negative part of the team. You know, you want to focus on the positive things, but just kind of keep what needs to be fixed in the back of your head, and just enjoy the season. Don't take it. We all know the team isn't where it needs to be. Just enjoy the games, and like I said, just embrace what's positive about the team, because it could always be worse. Don't ever think it can't be. Don't ever think that.
Yes, sir. All right, Margie, what's good?
Nothing much. Just obviously appreciate y'all, and like you guys been saying, it's not gonna come overnight. At the end of the day, we're looking at a rebuild here, so that shit doesn't come overnight. It comes maybe 2-3 years. It takes time, right? So at the end of the day, it's our team. We got to support it. Loss after loss. I've been here supporting these guys, loss after loss, and it's my team at the end of the day. So I'm going to keep supporting them, until we get there and we win the Super Bowl. So, and that's what it's going to take. So that's pretty much it, man.
Hey, man, we appreciate it, man. I totally appreciate it, man. Again, we will continue to do this on Friday Night Madness. This is a concept we're going to continue. So everybody is welcome to return Friday. But at the end of the day, man, y'all ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. All right. So with that being said, peace.